Check these 5 file problems before upload because anyone can pause production. Wrong dimensions, low resolution, a fake transparent background, excess transparent padding, or unintentional fine and semi-transparent details. In this lesson, we will diagnose each one, run a real final size resolution test, and finish with the same print-ready checklist DTFATL uses on its live site. Attaching a file does not make it production-ready. DTFATL says production timing pauses when customer action is required. The practical sequence is upload, inspect, identify a problem, receive corrected or explicitly approved artwork, and then continue with a usable file. That is why a 30-second pre-flight before checkout protects more time than a rushed upload. A PNG can still contain the wrong background. The file type supports transparency, but it does not guarantee that transparent pixels are actually present. A white rectangle or a photographed checkerboard can become part of the print. Place the art over both a dark and a light temporary background. If a box or grid remains visible, clean the file before ordering. Screenshots and small web images are risky because the screen hides the final physical scale. A compact graphic can look crisp on a phone and become visibly soft when enlarged for apparel. Start with the original high-resolution source whenever possible. Then evaluate its pixel dimensions at the exact width and height you intend to print, not at the zoom level that looks flattering. Here is the useful math. A 1200 pixel wide image provides 300 pixels per inch at 4 inches wide. Stretch the same file to 10 inches and it provides only 120 pixels per inch. Simply changing the DPI label does not create missing detail. DTFATL's current requirement is 300 DPI at final size, so the intended physical size must be part of the resolution check. The canvas and orientation must match the product and selected size. A correct design placed on the wrong physical canvas is still the wrong file for that order. Before export, compare the document dimensions, orientation, and selected live option. Do not rely on a file name such as final, large, or gang sheet. Those names describe intent. The measured canvas describes what production receives. Transparent padding is invisible, but it still occupies canvas space. Imagine a small logo centered inside a large transparent box. If the full file is set to 4 inches wide, the visible logo may print much smaller than expected. Crop unnecessary transparent edges, then verify the dimensions of the visible artwork. Keep only the clear space that is intentional for the design or layout. DTFATL's live checklist calls out fine lines, small text, and transparent pixels. The question is not whether every design must be solid or bold. The question is whether each delicate element is intentional at final size. Inspect fades, glows, soft shadows, tiny type, and stray pixels against contrasting backgrounds. If you cannot explain the edge, clean it before export. One more guardrail. Do not mirror DTF artwork yourself. DTFATL's current file guidance says to upload it in the normal reading direction unless a live product page specifically says otherwise. Self-mirroring can turn correct text into reversed text. Treat spelling, colors, placement, quantities, and orientation as final customer-approved content before the order is submitted. Run the pre-flight in 4 passes. First, measure the canvas, orientation, and visible art. Second, test transparency over light and dark backgrounds. Third, inspect resolution, edges, small text, spelling, placement, and quantities. Finally, export a clean approved format without self-mirroring. If one check fails, fix it before checkout instead of hoping production can reinterpret the file. Save these 5 checks: dimensions, resolution, transparency, padding, and details. Dimensions include orientation and visible art size. Resolution is judged at final print size. Transparency must be real. Padding must be intentional. Details include fine lines, small text, opacity, spelling, placement, and quantities. Together, they turn a vague visual review into a repeatable file decision. The buyer path is straightforward. Read the current artwork requirements. Choose the builder when separate designs still need layout decisions, or print-ready upload when one completed sheet already exists. Match the current product option, then review the file and checkout selections together. Product requirements can change, so the live DTFATL page, not this video's screenshot, controls the order you place. The final rule is simple. Measure, inspect, then upload. A familiar file type, a sharp phone preview, or the word final in a file name does not replace a final size pre-flight. Open DTFATL's current artwork checklist from the description. Verify these 5 risks, and then use the live product path that matches the file you actually have.